Hey, what's up, guys? This is Team Hard Life Captain Alberto Zertuche, and I know it's been a little while since I've done a updated workout video, but I am gonna keep posting these up, and it's not gonna be like a whole bunch every week. It's gonna be maybe one or two a week or every other week, just kind of give y'all an update of what's going on. I am trying to better myself for many reasons. One is, I'm in my 40s and I am still trying to compete at the top of my game with all those that are still, putting out jet skis. And yes, we do occasionally get blessed with being able to use one or a drone or something like that. But at the end of the day, when all else fails, you'll still see me get back out on the kayak. And being able to get on the kayak is one thing, but then making it back safe is two. Three, when you do hook up with a monster shark, what are the chances of it happening right after you get off the kayak? Well, that's part of what's going on.
Got a bite. I think I got a lot of stress on my mind. It's a nice day to go. Yeah, I got a line. I'ma call the whole team.
With the team growing, we are taking on new prospects and stuff like that. And obviously, y'all know I've been through the deep and stuff like that. But at the same time, too, when new guys are getting on the kayak and stuff like that, I like to be able to get on the kayak with them and coach them as we're going out there and doing our bait setting or putting out baits, and when it's calm and stuff like that, and they've done it a few times, then we'll start letting them go by themselves. Or if they've already got experience at kayaking, it's always a judgment call. And being a team captain, I am always on the front row or front lines of making the choice or making the call. Okay, so do they go out by themselves, or do I need to go out there with them? And then also too, it's setting the example of still being able to get out there and showing it can be done. And teaching somebody that's half of my age, that definitely has the ability and stuff like that. Sometimes you got to show them the will of what it takes to get out there. But also too, it's being safe. You still got to use your PDF and other safety devices that we put all together to make a good combo, and then making the right call of saying, hey, you know what, it is too dangerous. I wouldn't chance it. Or if you do, stay up close where, you're not trying to battle that third bar. Because for us guys in Texas, when we're kayaking, into what is normal weather for us over here, the third bar is the most dangerous of the three sets that we go through. Yes, we do have a fourth and a fifth and a sixth, but those waves will come in. And it's very rare, but we have done it, and we've got pictures of, being 600 yards off the end of Bob Hall Pier, and I was coming over the third sandbar that was out there, and a set of three monster waves came up, and you see me at the top of those waves, and, make it through and keep going, but it's all from the practice of what we go through in the surf, because there it is a washing machine of cross waves coming in at you at a fast speed, plus the wind right there, and it's just a very, very tough thing to deal with. But if you are getting into shark fishing, this is something you really want to pay close attention to, is the amount of exercise and being in a good physical condition to be able to push yourself is a must. I mean, it's not for the faint of heart, and you're definitely seeing that it's not for the faint of wallet either. Shark fishing is expensive, especially if you intend on doing it right, and putting the ability to make sure that you are giving the shark the best opportunity. And yes, trust me, I understand everybody's got to start somewhere. Not everybody can jump in and go heads deep, spend $5,000 or $10,000 on gear and stuff like that. Trust me, I understand. I know it took me a very, very long time to get where I'm at with the amount of gear that I've got, and it's just good for me to be able to teach and show everybody that is watching our channel of what it's taking for me to continue doing what I'm doing in the sport, and being able to share it, on both levels, on the super highs of when we do go out there and we catch a lot of fish, and or when we're out there and we ain't caught nothing, but we keep losing gear or tackle, or some of us get hurt, or the potential for somebody to get hurt. I mean, you have seen the videos where a lot of that comes into play, and that's all going into play with a series of Teach a Man to Fish. We are really going to show what it takes to go through, and I'm doing it full-fledged of trying not to fast forward through a lot of the time on there, because sometimes it does take all that time to make sure or go through what we go through to make a good catch happen. It's been years and decades of trial and error, putting baits out, losing baits, changing baits, getting cut off, retying. All of this takes into effect, and it's one of the hardest sports that I've ever dealt with. I mean, it's mind, body, heart, soul, everything you put into it when you are this deep in. I've always heard, I'm not really that mad at him. I've heard that saying going, and I sat there and I used to think too, I was like, that dude's kind of a wuss, he ain't doing this, he ain't doing that, but it was somebody at my age, or like I said, it's really what they decide to do. But at the same time, I'm learning too that I need to know when to say when. It's something to get into something and put yourself in danger. This is a dangerous sport. You're dealing with animals that, they're not coming up to bite you just because they want to. You're grabbing them, you're pulling them out of their own backyard and stuff like that. So you got to do many things that are it's a learning curve. It really is. You pull in the shark to the beach, you got to know how to handle them, where's the safety zone, what's not to do or what to do and stuff like that, and then you got to teach the guys around you. So this series for us is going to cover all aspects, both good and bad. Again, you hear me repeat myself a few times, but it's because that's how much we got to really instill it in you guys to fully understand what's going on all the way around. And for me, it's on this deal because, as y'all know, I got bad hips, so I am riding these bikes and stuff, and I got my kids coming out to join me on these workout sessions and stuff like that because they want to, and they see that it's a good thing. And for me, it's a great thing too, because they exert energy, and they're not cooped up in their room or whatever and stuff like that. So it's a great thing for them because they are staying healthy, especially since this week they are off of school. So we are definitely, want to keep them going healthy, since now they're not at school, to be able to go out and be in PE or anything like that. So for me, it's also a goal. When I got out of the Marine Corps back in 2002, I weighed 189 pounds. And a few months ago, I started out this path. I was at like 242 pounds. Well, as of last Saturday, I weighed myself and I was at 219 pounds. So I am definitely on the right path. I know that it's being successful because last time I did a health boost like this, I was strictly relying on watching what I was eating and curving my diets and stuff like that. But as soon as Thanksgiving came up and Halloween and Christmas and all of that, man, I put the weight back on in a matter of no time. I mean, I literally blinked and I gained 20 pounds in a matter of weeks, and I was like, wow, that sucked. But I always teeter-tottered on that weight at about 240 at my age, and I was like, you know what, this ain't right. I'm gasping for air or having to hold my breath trying to tie my shoes, and I'm not about that lifestyle no more. I want to really put forth the effort to make it happen, that I am in a good, healthy shape. I am also building my endurance to be able to compete with the big boys. I mean, that's my thing. If I'm going to enter a shark tournament, I want to compete against the best. I want to compete against the guys that are putting everything on the line the way I do, And like I said, it may not be the tremendous skill set or have the number one gear, the number one vehicle, or the number one bait. It's the heart of being able to go out there, put bait in the water, and keep bait in the water. You know what I mean? That's what it boils down to, is just having the heart to want to do it. And those are the guys I love to compete against, because at the end of the day, sometimes it's just being at the right place at the right time with bait in the water. Sometimes it is that, but a lot of times it is having the skill to be able to get out there and the heart to want to get out there and keeping bait in the water. So here goes my health kick for the week. This is day one. This is actually on Tuesday, October 12th. And yes, it is 10 o'clock at night. I've done cooked dinner for the family. Everybody's eaten, and I know I've eaten, but I don't want to go to sleep, having just ate. I want to go ahead and throw my workout here so I can ensure that I am doing my workout routine and building up my endurance. But also, too, I know that I can't go swimming all the time, so I'm hoping this bicycle deal will help me out. And I'm going to also try this elliptical deal that's right next to me, but I'm going to give it about 20 minutes on this thing, and then I'm going to jump to the next. At the same time, I'm trying to coach my kids at, some workout routines that, they want to work out and stuff like that. But obviously, I don't want them working with super heavy weight, just light things so they can build up endurance too, because that's what it's all about. For me, it's the same thing. I want to get big and stuff like that, but I want to keep my flexibility. I want to keep my endurance to be able to kayak as much as I need to, or if I have to swim a distance, that I can be able to do so and not be super heavy at the same time. That's one of the things about my body is I can't float worth the crap. Even at the weight I am now, I try to float and I sink like a rock. So I definitely got to be able to rely on my body to be able to swim or kayak as far as I need to kayak to get to shore, or be able to recover after a good long workout to be able to get back on it and keep going. That was one of the things that a few weeks or months ago when I did that kayaking, that I did a lot of kayaking, but I actually had to stop, rest, and then was able to do another session to get back to shore, because I was offshore quite a bit. So it is definitely, something to look into, and what we're going to keep doing is keep pushing it forward. And for me, it's leading by example. I'm not going to let my age keep me down or push me down or say I can't do it, because, in my heart, my mind, I still have that I can do it, I will do it. And, it really pushes me more knowing that those things that, it makes me want to push for it more and get it. So, and the only way to get it is to go out and do it myself. So here I am, getting it. So right here I finished out my 20-minute session, and I'm trying to get y'all to see my heart rate and all of that stuff before it cuts out and I move over to the next one. But you can see how far I went, what workout routine I did, and how long I was on there. And like I said, it's putting forth the effort and reaching down and giving it all you can. But also too, you got to remember to keep doing it a few times. You can't just put one heavy session and then get winded and knocked out of the game. I'm going to move over and keep rocking.
Don't do that. No, don't do that. You do what? I want to. Whoa. I want to. Rihanna's here. Is that what you're How's this score?
Yellow button. Yellow. Small guy in front of you.
No. The phone's on the floor.
Put it up on that chair over there with the keys to the right.
Oh, it's recording me. What?
The other phone. No, over there.
Man, Daddy, yeah? Let's see how much I got.
Congratulations, it's another reason to celebrate.
I already put time.
That's cool. I just thought it'd be nice. Oh, maybe we forgot to tell you this. You got a message from your girl. Just wants to check.
Get him. Let me see. Is it 100? I want to try this.
Hold on, Nora. I need to breathe. as you can tell, my youngest one was getting after it. She definitely was putting forth a lot of effort trying to, you know, get her own workout in. You know, I was trying to, you know, curve her to where she wouldn't be messing with the bigger machines. But as you can tell, her size, she wasn't gonna let it hold her back, that's for sure. So for me, it was, you know, getting into positions where it allows me to do different workouts. And one of the biggest things for me is my gut. It's not as big as it was. I've definitely shrunk it big time. I went from a size 30, almost a 38, to where I'm now almost into a 32, but I'm still in the 34. And yeah, I want that that baby fat gone. It's the best way I can describe it. It's a little bit of pudge is right there in the front. I don't like it. But the only way to get rid of that is to actually work it out and stuff. And so for me, I'm still doing the workout. I'm still wearing that neoprene vest and stuff, but I've got to get some new ones because I've already worn through them. But I have seen the difference it has made for me being able to wear it all day and get my core temperature up, which helps me burn off a lot of this fat and stuff like that. Yes, I hear it's a lot of water weight, but at the same time too, that was something else that, you know, I've been looking at, and it's being able to sweat a lot more throughout the day so I can get my workouts going, even though I'm not putting forth a tremendous amount of effort, especially when I am at work and I'm having to do, you know, paperwork on the computer or answering everybody's messages on the YouTube or editing video and stuff like that. There's times when I don't have the time to sit there and throw a workout. And trust me, I tell the guys, I said, man, y'all are lucky. I wish I could sit there and just pour weights all day or bend wire all day and not have to worry about it. But I definitely do miss it. I really do. And, you know, sometimes I just get back there and want to pour weights because that's how it all started, was me pouring weights, you know, out of a 3-cavity weight mold. And, you know, I'm still growing and expanding, but, you know, I also got to keep my eye on the prize, and that is the health of me for the long term, because I definitely am not giving up. You know, I got at least another 30-40 years in me to keep running bait and stuff. Yes, sir. I mean, if you're going to set your goals, make sure they're long ones, so that way it takes you a while to get to, and you can keep going from there. So we'll keep it rocking and rolling. So.
It stands up to almost anything. This is an away suitcase, and this is